Good afternoon. Rajul welcome you all and thank you for joining us today for Faculty Development Program Day 4 Session 2 on Introduction to Blockchain and its Application. We are privileged to have Dr. Kamal Shah, Thakur College of Engineering, Mumbai. Ma'am is Vice Principal at Thakur College of Engineering and Technology. She graduated from REC Surat in 1996 in Electrical Engineering. Subsequently, she obtained her ME in Electronics and Telecommunication from University of Mumbai and PhD in IT from NMIMS University. She has completed her postdoc research work in quantum computing from BARC and diploma in entrepreneurship from EDI Ahmedabad. She has a vast teaching experience of over 25 years with focused area of image processing, machine learning, and data science. She has held several important academic research and administrative positions in various institutions. She has taken up several new initiatives for academic entrepreneurship, research, and good governance, like developing an outcome based academic research model for twinning curricular with publications, grants, and patents. A novel approach idea to entrepreneur model is established for budding startups. Currently, she is handling incubation center with 16 companies contributing in field of manufacturing, blockchain, and IoT. She has keen interest in quality improvement and performance excellence models. She has received many grants from government organizations like AICTE, DST, University of Mumbai. She has been invited as an expert to different international conferences and faculty development programs to deliver talk on blockchain technology, outcome-based academic research model, data science, and Industry 4.0. She is a corporate trainer for Mahindra and Indian Navy. She has been bestowed with several awards which include 20 Pragmatic Women Leaders in Education Industry by the Academic Insight in 2021, Best Educational Quality Team Award for Developing Entrepreneurial Culture for National Building received by NCQM in 2021, received Excellence and Leadership in Education Award from Golden Aim in 2020 received by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam National Award for Teaching Research and Entrepreneurship by ISER in 2019. Recognized as an excellent examiner for 2016 cycle by IMS RB and QA, contribution for quality process enhancement was appreciated on national level and appreciated by IIT Bombay for excellent work in Akash project as coordinator in 2030. Now, without taking much of the time, passing the control to you, ma'am.
So thank you so much. And today my topic is that how blockchain is designed, like what is basically a blockchain, how we can use a cryptocurrency or how the cryptocurrencies are generated. Basically, the focus is not on the cryptocurrency. We want to learn the technology, the strength of the blockchain technology, and how we can leverage that technology so that we achieve a better security. So with that particular perspective, let us start understanding that what is a blockchain first of all, and then we will understand that where we can apply what way government is encouraging that particular technology in India and globally. So I hope the screen is visible to all of you. Is it visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now this particular webinar, as I said, it is on the blockchain technology. But as it has started with the cryptocurrency Bitcoin, so we'll understand slightly over that also, that how the technology has evolved. So today, first of all, we will see how the digital financial transactions are happening. Then how the blockchain has been conceptualized and how it grown after 2009 till date. Then how the Bitcoin transactions are actually happening and why it is very secure and why the frauds are not happening or it is very difficult to do a fraud on the blockchain. and where are the applications. So these are the four areas in which we want to concentrate. Now let us start with the first financial transactions. Okay. Now, any one of you can unmute yourself and answer that how do you purchase this kind of the commodity, like your milk or gold or petrol or anything. Like whenever we want to buy the commodity, what are the options? How we deal and how we purchase the commodities? Whenever daily you want to purchase something, how do you purchase? Any one of you can unmute and tell me how do you purchase this thing? Suppose you want to buy something. How do you buy?
We either go for the online option.
How do we buy the things?
Local grocery shops.
But then to take that things home, you have to do some payment, no? So how do you do a payment?
Either in cash or online.
Okay. So when nowadays, cash transactions are less, but we rely more on the QR code and we pay through the online. Even cash also, cash to withdraw the cash also, you have to go to a bank. So today, with the digital era, the transactions for buying any commodity from I would say a 1 rupee chocolate to 1 lakh rupee gold coin, everything you can do either in cash or Google Pay, or you can use your credit card, debit card, that is, or plastic currencies, or any other UPIs. Now, when we observe this kind of the transactions, like whenever we observe this financial transactions, what is common in this? Everywhere, whenever we observe that either to do particular transactions or when we want to buy anything, when you pay cash or when you do Google Pay, one thing is common that we are dependent on the bank. To take the cash in your hand, you need ATM, Google Pay, credit card, debit card, or any other UPI online transactions. Everything happen through bank. Do you agree on this? Okay. So the bank is there, and that's why we are very much assured that the transactions will be genuine and it will happen. Now, let us understand this by a traditional system. Which system we are following at present? Let us say there is one person called a Jai, and that person has a friend called Viru. Okay. So one day Jai feels that he needs 2000 rupees, and Viru has 2000 rupees deposited in his bank. So what Viru will say, okay, either he will go to ATM or he will write a check for the friend and give that 2000 rupees to the friend Jai. Correct? And in this way, Viru is a person who is having 2000 rupees in a bank, is helping a person Jai who is in a need of 2000 rupees. Does it happen exactly same way? All of you have observed like this, correct? Instead of Viru, sometimes it is another bank from which we are taking a loan. Okay, for our bigger transactions, sometimes even we need a loan and still we are dependent on the bank. But somewhere the bank is involved because bank will assure that if there are 2000 rupees in Viru's account, then and then the check will be clear, sufficient balance is there, and then the amount will be given to Jai. Now here, do you find any problem in these transactions? Anything which you feel that is not correct in a transaction? आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये जो कुछ भी, दिस इज अ नॉर्मल रूटीन ट्रांजेक्शंस, वी ऑल डू ट्रांजेक्शंस लाइक दिस, यू फील दैट इट कुड बी बेटर या इसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम है? Any one of you can answer. Are the participants allowed to unmute themselves?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so participants, anyone can unmute and they can answer. That are you observing any problem, or you feel the things are good enough, like it's going on from so many years and it's good enough, like we don't want any modifications into it? If you feel like the things are good enough, then let me share that there are some issues with the bank transactions. Like we have a bank, we don't have any control how the bank is doing transactions, because we have account in one bank and we have total faith in that bank. A bank, whatever they are doing in their back end are correct. And then sometimes that Vijay Malia type case happen because back end of the bank, the registers of the bank, we common people, those who are putting money inside the bank, doesn't have any control. Then secondly, that we personally don't give anything to our friend. Like Viru personally has not given 2000 rupees to the Jai, but the transaction has happened through the bank. So there are no physical exchange of the notes. Then sometimes, as I said, the bank, whatever they are doing, sometimes they lose the trust into the people. And you might have observed many times in the newspaper that a particular bank is not operating properly, or they shut their shutters for the customers, and many people lose money within the bank. Those who are a genuine people, those who lost their money as a fixed deposit into the bank, or might be in the savings account of the bank, if bank shut down themselves on overnight. So that is also one of the issue with the bank. And then whenever we open the bank account, we give lot many information, like our KYC documents are there with the bank. At the end, if bank sells that particular data, our private data, to some of the credit card companies, then they sell and then they charge for the data, and our privacy is compromised through the bank. And ultimately, when you have a money and you want to give it to your friend, why you want to trust the third party, and why you want to give commission to the third party for handling your own money? So these are some of the questions which are which initiated the brainstorming process, that bank, though it's a very much reliable entity, but do we need that bank each and every time? So these are some of the problems which are identified into the transactions of the bank. And so people thought that as a bank, which is a central agency, because bank is controlling everything, so bank as a central agency, many people, they have thought that this is not a correct way to handle our finances. So in 2009, the first thought floated as a part of a research paper which challenged the working of the centralized banking system. Okay, and the author was Satoshi Nakamoto. The author affiliation of author gender, everything is still not known today, but he has given a framework that instead of centralized system, we can go to decentralized system. Now, what is the advantage of having bank in between? We are very much sure that fraud will not happen. If somebody has money, then and then that person will write down the check, or will give a debit card or a credit card for the transaction, because check can bounce, but there is a penalty. So, and check will bounce because the bank is checking that a particular person doesn't have the financial capacity to pay that bill, or those kind of the dues what are there on his name. So this is a thought process that we want to have the same faith. Faith we don't want to compromise. What faith people have inside the bank, we want to go ahead with that faith, but we don't want the authority of the bank to control our money. Now we want to assure both the thing into the blockchain technology. So this was a first thought came into the mind of Satoshi Nakamoto, and he formalized one structure. So today, first of all, we will understand that structure, which is denying the centralized systems and which is promoting the decentralized system, but the faith is assured. So with this particular point, let us start with the blockchain process. So he gave the name as a blockchain. He started with the decentralization system, and then he said, okay, let us start with the new process. And because there is some blocks and chains designed by him, he gave the name as a blockchain. Okay. So 3rd January 2009, the first block of the blockchain has been generated. It is called the 0th block or Genesis block. And today the global blockchain is having all the blocks from that particular day. That was day 1. And today to 2023, 12th October, still people are adding block into that particular blockchain. 2010, because it was his own idea, he wrote a paper. Then people of another country also started feeling that this is a good way of thinking and transactions can happen. 2010, lots of collaboration started. And that is how the technology has evolved. Now let us understand the decentralized system for the blockchain technology. Let us take the same example that we have Jai and Viru. Similarly, Jai said, I need 2000 rupees and Viru has 2000 rupees. So now instead of going to bank, Viru is transferring 2000 rupees to Jai directly. So it is more or less like our cash transactions, but actually the cash is not there between both of them, but they are handling their transactions by themselves. And just to remember the transactions, what they are doing, they are writing in some notebook. Let us understand this from a very basic principle that they are writing the transaction date, time, whatever amount has been transferred, when Jai has to give that money back. All the transaction details are entered by both of them in one notebook. The Jai has one notebook, Viru has one notebook, and the money has been transferred. Now let us understand that Jai, if he wants to do a fraud, because when bank was there, we were very much assured, the faith is there. Now let us see that Jai has taken the money, he doesn't want to return that money to the Viru and he will destroy his book. Whatever book is there, he will destroy the book. Now when Viru will ask the money from the Jai, Jai can say that, Arey, we have never done the transactions. I have not owe any money to you. At that time, Viru, though contain a book, will not have any validity because there is no counter book available with the Jai. And there are no witnesses. If you observe here, there are no witnesses between them, those who have witnessed these transactions. Now, to avoid this kind of the situation, what do you suggest? What do you suggest? आपको क्या लगता है कि we can control this situation and fraud cannot happen? Because now we are not involving bank, so many people will take money from each other and then they don't return. So we want to avoid this situation. How we can avoid? I think all of you have a very nice lunch. FDP lunch is arranged by the college? Or all of you got your tiffin and had your lunch? Because everyone might have a very good lunch. Nobody is answering. Adan, would you like to share? To avoid this situation, आप क्या करेंगे? Now, to avoid that situation, as I said, we can have two more witnesses. Okay. Normally, for any legal document, you might have observed that they have those witness signature and thumbprint. Why? Because the transactions are happening, somebody is observing. Okay. Now, those witnesses also can write down this transaction that on 12th of October, Viru has given some 2000 rupees to Jai, and then everybody has returned the things into their notebooks. Now, what is the advantage of this system? That now instead of two people, there are four people, those who are maintaining the notebook. So in the same scenario, if Jai is telling that I don't have any notebook with me, another two people can always say that we were the witness and we have written the transactions in our notebook. So definitely Viru has given 2000 rupees to you. Now in this case, now observe carefully that instead of two notebook and two people involved into the transactions, what has happened? There are four people and four notebooks. Now next time, if Jai is doing any kind of transactions with one of the witness, another three people will write down the transaction. So now it is a team of four. Everybody is writing everybody's transaction so that nobody can cheat each other. Do you feel that now the trust has been ensured into the system? Without a bank, they are doing transactions and they all are writing all the transactions into their notebook so that in future, whenever any references are required, they can take that reference. So do you feel that now some trust has been resumed into the system? Can anyone acknowledge? अभी आपको लग रहा है कुछ तो ट्रस्ट वापस आया है सिस्टम में? So now with the witnesses, what happened that everybody is writing down, everybody is maintaining. Now you observe this, everyone has a different size and type of the book. So at the time of verification, we don't know that which person has written in which language, at what page, with what reference the transactions, because everybody is maintaining their own record. So still we are dependent on reading of the record on individuals. To avoid this situation, what you can do, okay, so this is an issue, okay. Now what we can do in the same scenario, what we are doing, we are giving same notebook to everyone, same size, same color, same number of pages, and everybody is writing all the transactions. So whenever any transaction is happening, everybody is writing on the same page, same line, with the same language, same instructions. So whenever we want to do backtrace, we are able to do that particular thing very easily. Now everyone has a similar kind of the book. So this is the thing which is the base of a blockchain. Here still, if Jai wants to do a fraud, he has to take both the witnesses into the confidence and all of them have to say that, okay, fine, we are not getting any transactions. So more than 50% people, when they start denying the transactions, the transaction fail into the blockchain technology. But the chances or the probability of happening this kind of the scenario is almost negligible. Okay, it is very difficult to achieve this kind of the situation in the blockchain. So this is the base, or I would say analogy I have taken so that we can relate the technology very easily with our day-to-day example. Now let us understand that blockchain is a technology. Okay, all these transactions, what you have observed is nothing but a blockchain. Okay, it's a distributed ledger. Okay, it's a distributed ledger because in this particular technology, what has happened? The books are given to all. It is a distributed, and everybody is writing. There is no single ledger like a bank. Bank has a single ledger. Okay, here there is no single ledger. Everybody is maintaining the ledger. So ledger is nothing but the entry of the transaction. So everybody is maintaining not only one bank, which is a centralized ledger. This is a distributed ledger technology. Now, once you have written, you cannot deny the transaction because another three people have also written the same transaction. So you cannot say, okay, on that day I was not there, I have not written. There is same replica available to another three people. So whenever you are not there, you are absent, you can copy the things from them, but everything is there within all the books. And third, it is transparent because everyone knows that what is written in somebody else's book. Here we don't know what is written in bank's ledger, but in blockchain technology, all the ledgers are open. You know that what all, though you are not doing transactions, but you know that what all transactions are happening across the globe. So this is the strength of a blockchain technology because it has a distributed ledger, it has unalterable things, you cannot alter the entries, and it is transparent. Okay. So this is something with which the blockchain is defined or characterized. So when somebody will ask you what is blockchain, you can always say it is a distributed ledger, you cannot alter, and it is a transparent, trustworthy system. Okay, so trust is assured without bank for doing any kind of transactions. Okay, I have just taken example of financial transactions, but you can have any kind of transactions into it. Now, somebody like can ask, okay, this example, there were notebook, there were money, there were people, but where is a block and where is a chain? So let us see where is a block and where is a chain from where the name has been derived. Okay. So now let us understand where is block. Okay. So basically blockchain technology has two components as we understand. There is some block which is connected with a chain to another block. Now let us see what these blocks are. First of all, we will understand the word the block. So block is nothing digital. It is not a physical block made up of some wood or some metal or some cardboard. It is not a block. It is a file. Okay. In the digital transaction, it is a file which has a size of 1 MB. So all the transactions, whatever you are writing, that person A has given money to person B, has given money to person C, whatever you want to write, and whatever you are writing, all those things are stored in one file, and that file should have a size of 1 MB. It is called a block. Okay. Now 1 MB means how many transactions? So around 4,000 transactions you can write in 1 MB size. In the whole chain, the first block was there on which date? First block of the chain has started on which date? Just now we have discussed. It started on which date? The first block. (2009) 3rd January. Okay. From that to this particular point, there are so many blocks. Every 10 minutes, one block is added to the blockchain. Now just consider that 2009 January to 2023 October, how many months are there, how many years, how many months, how many hours, and in 1 hour, 60 minutes. So per hour, 6 blocks. So how many blocks are there on the blockchain? You can just do a calculation whenever you get a time. You will understand that what is the size of the blockchain and how much data the blockchain is handling. Each block is 1 MB. Similarly, every 10 minutes, there are 6 blocks, every hour, 6 blocks are added to the blockchain. And similarly, from 2009 to 2023, so many years, so many blocks are added. So this is a size of the blockchain, and this particular, you can see, is a block. Now to identify the block, there is a data, okay? It's a file, because whenever you also store a file on your system, you give some name so that next time when you want to recover that file, you can recover the file very easily. So this block has a data of 1 MB. It has its, I would say, identification name on the block as hash. 32-bit number is given as an identification name of the block, and that 32-bit is again padded with the 32-bit of the previous block. So total 64 bits are written as an address for one block. So the blocks are not given name because names are very, I would say, at one particular time we will be out of our vocabulary. So they have started to give number to the block for their identification. Okay. So this is the block. Okay. Where is a chain now? So whatever data you store, the blockchain will take that particular name. If you store Bitcoin, the blockchain is called the Bitcoin transactions. If you store your university certificate, degree certificate of your student, it will call the certificate blockchain. Okay. So whatever data you store inside the blockchain will give a name to that particular blockchain. Now, where is a chain? Block we have understood. Where is a chain? So chain, as I said, is a hash number. Hash is a number which is made up of 0 to 9 number. It's an alphanumerical number, combination of 0 to 9 and alphabet A to F. So when this particular bits 0 to 9 and A to F, they are combined in permutation combinations of the digit, we get every time one random number. Okay. So one random number has been selected as address for this particular block, and we are using SHA-256 algorithm to generate this random key. This algorithm is very well known and might be covered in many of the sessions and theory for you. So I am not taking it here. This hash is like a fingerprint. Every block has a different hash, and you cannot, I would say, change the hash, or you cannot regenerate the hash for any of the block. Once it is there, it is there. So it is a fingerprint of the given block. So this is block and this is chain. Okay. Now let us go to the next level. Lecture is going. So now how the chains are interlocked. Okay. Block 0th block is designed in 2009. Now daily so many blocks are added into the blockchain. So how it is happening? So first block, the hash was 0000. The 0th block, okay, when the first file of 1 MB data has been generated, 4,000 transactions were over, and we wanted to add the first block. At that time, using your SHA-256 algorithm, we generated one hash number. Let us say the last 4 digit of the hash is 1Z8F. So now previous hash is 0000 and the new hash is 1Z8F. When the next block is generated, At that time, the block also will generate its own hash random number, but it will be padded with 1Z8F. So when this 1Z8F is connected with each other, we assure that both the blocks are connected. So some information of block 1 is connecting some information of block 2. Some information of block 2 is connected with some information of block 3. So previous hash of block 1 is connected to the previous hash of block 2 is connected with the previous hash of block 3. Same way the chain keeps on going. Now in this blockchain, let us say one day you feel that let me tamper the data. Okay, you want to erase the transactions done between you. The way Jai wants to do a fraud with the Viru, and he said, I have never taken 2000 from you. So now Jai has to erase that transaction from his notebook. So when when somebody wants to do this kind of tampering of the data, now this is a digital data, so you have to do tampering of the data. Some intruder who wants to attack onto the blockchain and want to take a data, like we are hearing for so many times that there are ransomware attacks happening and the data has been taken. So when somebody wants to do this kind of the mischief with the stored data into the blockchain, what happens? Whenever you change the data, immediately the hash will be changed. Okay? The new data will have the new hash. Initially, whatever was hash, the second block, if you observe carefully, the hash was 6BQ1, which was linked to the block 3, 6BQ1. But now when you tamper the data of block 2, the new hash is generated, which is H62Y. Now this H62Y block 2 will take, okay, because it's a random number generated as per the data. But block 3 will not accept because initially the number given to the block 3 is 6BQ1. So now from this particular point, the chain will break. Okay, and everybody in the blockchain will come to know that now this particular process, whatever might be the process happen, there is some mischief happen at block 2. Immediately all the people present into the blockchain will destroy that block 2. They will take rest of the transactions, all the transactions, whatever transactions are there in the block 2, immediately block 2 will be blocked and it is out of the chain. So with one not genuine people, all other genuine people also lose their data. So people don't dare to do tampering of the data onto the blockchain. So this is one of the strengths of the blockchain, that you cannot alter the data once the data is entered into the system. Okay. So now let us consider the way we had 4 friends and doing transaction. Everybody here, instead of notebook, on their own computer, they are writing all the transactions, whatever is happening as a digital transactions in the form of files. And one file, 4000 transactions, 1 MB of data. Everybody is writing every day, every minute that transactions are getting loaded onto their computers. Now, you might think how the things are happening. Whenever new file will come, it is a new block. Okay, new file has come. Everyone will verify that the transactions are genuine. And then they add the transactions or that block into the chain. If you just observe here, only 3 blocks are there, just to understand in the pictorial way. When everybody feels the transactions are genuine, everything has happened as per the rule, everyone write the transaction in their diary, in their computers, in their storage system. Everyone entered that particular transaction. So now you observe that instead of 3 blocks, now there are 4 blocks. So transactions are added into the blockchain. Now whatever you have added cannot be altered. आप उसमें अभी कुछ भी change नहीं कर पाएंगे. The things are now onto the global blockchain. Nobody can tamper your data. Your data is 100% sure and everybody knows that this is your data. Now one question comes to our mind. Okay. One question comes to our mind that why these people are motivated to do so. First of all, I have to invest like this. If you just compare with the previous example, I have to buy a diary. So I have to shell out the money. Okay. I have to buy a pen. I have to invest my time to write all the transactions. Why should I do? Anybody can question, no? Why should I do? It is between both of you. Why am I a witness and why I should take this pain? So why people are involving themselves into the blockchain so enthusiastically? Let us understand that how the rewards are given to them. So now if there is some reward or recognition, then people work with the motivation. So we apply the same theory into the blockchain. So now let us understand that what is that reward? What makes these people motivated that, okay, let us check the transactions and let us add into the blockchain. Now reward, when we say, we usually consider it to be a financial rewards. Kuch paise milenge, okay. So how to decide that what kind of the transactions are happening, how much should be the reward? Now, what is the normal, how the banks are generating money or how the government is generating money? That government has some gold reserve. All governments have some gold reserve. Based on that gold, government print the currency. Against that gold, government print the currency. And then between all the countries at the central level, that exchange rates are decided by the banks. That $1 is 80 rupees or 78 or £1 is 100 or 95. That all things are decided on the central level by banks depending on the gold reserve of the country and the strength of the economy. Now for us Indian people, we have 1 rupee is equal to 100 paisa. Okay, so 1 rupee has only 2-digit precision. Minimum transaction what we can do using our Indian currency is 1 paisa. Correct? Similarly, in the blockchain, like initially it has started with the financial transactions, the blockchain has, I would say, blockchain has the way we have 1 rupee, the blockchain initially started with 1 Bitcoin. Okay, that Bitcoin has 10 raised to 8 Satoshi. It is a first cryptocurrency. What is that Satoshi? The way we have a paisa. So 1 paisa is our minimum dimension till what we can take a money or lend a money. Similarly, 10 raised to 2. Here it is 10 raised to 8. So 0.0070 and 1 is a value of 1 Satoshi into 1 Bitcoin. So how it is different than other currency? Let us see. So initially it has started with the Bitcoin, but now Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, there are around 50 plus cryptocurrency globally available. You can just see that what is the current rate. Yesterday I have taken this rates from the market. It is 11th October 2023. The Bitcoin rate is 20 lakh rupees 54 paisa 817. Okay. So you can see that whenever I get 1 Bitcoin, I am actually transacting 22 lakh rupees here and there. So it is like 22 lakh rupees is the cost of one Bitcoin. Similarly, there are 50 plus cryptocurrency. Everyone has a different kind of the transaction rates. But as Bitcoin and Ethereum, they were very old, we get more value or more price for the maturity of the technology. Yeah. Somebody is asking something or what, how is it?
No, madam.
Okay. Okay. Now you feel that how many bitcoins will be there in the whole world? So as we have defined the size of the transactions, 4,000 transactions, 1 MB is the size of one file. Every 10 minutes, we are adding those blocks to the blockchain. By keeping all these constraints, there are only 21 million bitcoins in the world. It cannot be more than that. The algorithm is governing only 21 million bitcoins, out of which totally 19 million bitcoins are already with some person. Somebody is owning this particular bitcoin till date. Only 2 million bitcoins are left now into the system, and because of that, the rates are so high. Now, how the Bitcoin chain is working. So now let us understand. So we were discussing that why people will do a witness process for you. They are not your friends. You are doing transactions in India. Your witnesses might be into the Russia, might be into the Philippines. They are not your friends. They don't know you. Why they will trust, why they will verify the transactions, why they will give their trust factor, and why they will add the transaction into the blockchain. So when they do all this process, they are rewarded. How much? Then the next question comes, how much? Okay. So the members are not known to you. You are only known by your address, which is a hash number. You are just known by that number. Nobody knows your identity. So how much reward you get is today, in today's scenario, whenever in 10 minutes you are able to add that block into the blockchain with all your efforts, all your computer power, all your intelligence, everything. And if you are lucky enough, one person from this, the whole process, every 10 minutes, they will get the reward. Okay. Now let us understand reward kitna milega, that we will see afterwards. It's a huge amount. But let us understand how the rewards are claimed. Okay. Now let us guess a number between 1 to 100. Okay. All of you guess one number between 1 to 100. I am also doing the same process. I am writing down that number on my piece of paper. Okay. All of you also note down one number, whichever number comes to your mind between 1 to 100. Okay. Done? Now, uh, tell me, okay, Tanmay, what number you have assumed? आपने कौन सा नंबर लिया है? Which number you have assumed between 1 to 100? Priyanshi madam has taken 10. Okay. Then Priyanka? Sheetal madam 44. Okay. Sonal madam 100. Priyanshi? Sheetal, so few of them, all of you, I assume that all of you have taken one number, though you are not disclosing here, but keep that number with you, that what number you have assumed, okay? Now let us say one person has guessed 21, another has guessed 16, another has guessed 12 number. What number I guessed is 19, okay? So whichever is very near to me will get a prize. So here 21 is very near to me. So 21 will get a prize. How it happens, the same logic into the blockchain to claim the reward. Now, instead of 1 to 100, let us assume that the data is 64-bit hexadecimal number. So now if I want to assume a number between which is made up of the digit 0 to 9 and small alphabet A to F, I have n number of permutation combination, because now the digits are more, there are more number of permutation combination possible, which was less compared to 100. So let us see that this is one number which I have guessed, which I have written into yellow color onto the screen. So here there are few zeros, okay, and then there is a number. The rule of the blockchain is that at least 8 zeros should be there in the beginning. Okay. So first 8 zeros are there. After that also few more zeros are there. And then I have written one number. Just think for a second that if I will give you a task to guess a number, how many days you might have taken to guess the same number? It is very difficult, correct? To guess the same number as I have written using the 64 bits. This is the main challenge of blockchain technology, that the witnesses, those who are writing the transactions in their computer, they have to guess this number, which is coming as a challenge after 10 minutes to claim the reward. If you want a reward, you have to guess the number correctly. If you have guessed the number correctly, you will be rewarded highly. Otherwise, you keep on trying. Better luck next time. The way when we pay into the GPay, every time you feel acha, some reward has come, but when you scratch, it is better luck next time. So similarly here also, everyone tries to get that reward. If not successful this time, next time again they keep on trying the process. So now let us see that for that target, it is called a target hash. Okay. So this is my target hash. Now person A has guessed the number. Similarly, the way you people have guessed the number. Let us say first person has guessed the number. What is a problem? He has guessed only 16 zeros, whereas my number has a 17 zeros. So this person is disqualified. Second person is disqualified because he has guessed that 17 zeros will be there, but my number is 5. He has selected D as a first digit. D has a higher value. Okay. So number which I guessed, the next number should be always lesser than the target hash. So D is 13, correct? 9, then 10, 11, 12 and 13. A, B, C and D. So D is 13. So now again it is disqualified. The third person has scored or get a reward because he has scored 17 zeros plus the number is 4. So 4 is always less than 5. So this person win that particular challenge and will be rewarded and get a prize. Now what is a prize? Okay. So initially when 2009 it has been started, all the coins were there in the kitty and it has to be mined. So many people should join the blockchain. That was a motivation. The reward was high, very high. It was 50 Bitcoin. One Bitcoin is costing 22 lakh rupees, Indian rupees. You just see that to solve one puzzle, you are getting 50 Bitcoin. 50 multiplied by 22 lakh. How many crore of rupees you are getting just to guess that one particular hexadecimal number correctly within given frame of 10 minutes. Okay, there are two challenges. You are putting hard work and then you should be lucky enough. After that, many people joined because reward was high, the currency was appreciated. They have reduced reward to 25 Bitcoin. And today, 2020 onwards, it is 6.25 Bitcoin. Okay. Now still 6.25 Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin is 22 lakh rupees, 6 Bitcoin is how much? More than 1.5 crore of rupees. So to just guess that work, you are getting 1.5 crore rupees. So that is a strength why many people want to join the Bitcoin blockchain. That is one of the aspect. Okay. Now exactly how the transaction. Now the second point of the blockchain. One, we have seen that it is nobody can alter now because nobody wants to lose any kind of reward. So nobody wants to alter that. Now how it is open ledger or distributed ledger, that initially, let us say there are 25 coins generated and A is controlling those 25 coins. In one transaction, A is giving 17 coins to B. So A has 8 coin and B got the 17 coin. Now B is giving 8 coins to C. Out of 8, C is giving 5 coins back. Now A has 11 coins and C has 3 coins. And then A has transferred 6 coins to D. 11 थे उसके पास, 6 coins A has given to D. So all the transactions are genuine. Everybody, whatever they have given to the next person. Now here, where are the chances of fraud? Blockchain, where are the chances of fraud? Okay. So it is called the double spending. How the fraud could be happen onto the blockchain. So you can see that same scenario. There are 25 coins and everybody is doing the transaction. A is giving to B, B is giving to C, C is giving to A again. But here we have seen that after 10 minutes, the blocks are added and at a time 7 blocks are added because the transactions are happening like that. So between those 10 minutes, if somebody has done these transactions fruitfully, convincing all the people onto the blockchain, then these transactions will become a genuine transaction. So A has only 11 coins, but A wants to transfer 16 coins to D. Now to avoid this situation, okay, how the blockchain itself is taking care of its self-healing. So they write in the algorithm that input is 0, output is 25 coins, which is given to A. Now the first transaction is happening. A is giving 17 to B, but A has to write down second transaction that he or she is possessing this 8 coins, which was missing in the first scenario. So here 8 is to A and signed by A. Similarly, all the transactions are happening. So when A wants to transfer 16 coins, the I would say algorithm will act like this. It will say input 1, 2 because A is doing the transaction. So it is 1. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4. A is doing the second transaction because already one transaction has happened between A and B and second transaction has happened between C and A. So it is a second transaction. Output 16 to D. So when these things will return, here -3 will come to A because A has only 11 or 12 coins and it has to transfer 16 coins. So when this negative number will come, it shows that the transactions are faulty and everybody reject the transactions. So in this way, miner also assured that transactions are genuine. Whatever is coming to the blockchain, all the data is genuine. And for that, they are getting that such a huge reward. Now you want to guess that 64-bit number within given time frame of 10 minutes, your one computer is not sufficient. So what people have started doing, initially they started doing series connection of all the hard disk of their computer. Then it was also not enough. Then slowly, you can see that now these are the Bitcoin farms. So many servers are working parallelly 24 cross 7, taking so many energy to calculate those hash. Okay. So you can just see that from one single computer to homemade system to this professional setup, the blockchain and the Bitcoin blockchain specifically has progressed. This is the hardware resource requirement of the system. So you can just see that to mine one Bitcoin, how much energy, this is just pictorially, I just wanted to show that how much energy is required to mine one Bitcoin, that you can just see that how much energy people are using, annual energy usage for the number of citizens into one country. So UK, China, Germany, US, everywhere you can see that 1 year, 2000 people use all the energy of their house just to mine one Bitcoin. So that much energy is required for mining this block, maintaining the blockchain, because blockchain started in 2009, we are in 2023. So many transactions have happened onto the blockchain. Everything has to be written. We cannot remove any block, or we cannot have subset. Okay, we have to write from day one everything, and we have to keep on writing everything till the end of the 21 million Bitcoins. So this much energy is required to maintain the blockchain. That's why Elon Musk has said, no, the blockchain is bad. Because of this energy consumption, it is not green at all. It is affecting the environment. So basically, blockchain technology is unalterable, no third party involvement. It is trusted technology. It reduces the cost. So these are the advantages of the technology. Now people thought that, okay, we cannot use the Bitcoin type of the technology, but technology is very strong. It doesn't need anybody at the center, but still everything is assured. It's like the principals are not there into the college, or directors are not there into the college, but all the classes are functioning properly. All the teachers are taking their lectures. All the students are attending all the lectures. They are getting very good results, and they are getting very good placements. Everything is self-controlled without any instructions and guidelines. So people feel that the technology is very good. It sounds very good. People have a freedom. Their identities are not known. So they have bifurcated blockchain applications into two parts. Those who are very much interested into finance, they went into the cryptocurrency type of the environment. And those who are non-financials, okay, like us, we are educators. So we take the advantage of blockchain technology for our education purpose, online learning, those kind of the platform. We started using the technology because we don't want to deny the technology. Okay. So now let us see how the technology is impacting the human life, like all of us, how the technology is impacting. Before that, anyone has any question in the understanding of the blockchain, they can like ask. I'll wait for some 30 seconds. If you have any question, you can ask. Then we will see what are the applications of the blockchain. Anyone has any question, or so far everything is clear how the blockchain is working? Why it is not alterable? Because anybody wants to do tampering of your data, immediately the hash will change and the chain will break, and rest of the people, those who are onto the chain, will do a blacklisting of that particular miner. So that miner will lose all the benefit of earning the reward or being into the blockchain. Why it is transparent? Because everyone knows that what all transactions are happening, but identities are not known. So they don't know that Kamal Shah is transacting or you are transacting. Because we all are identified with one secret private wallet number which is known to only us. And if it's like a in our normal transactions, email and all, we have a, I would say, a functionality where forget password is there. So we can say, okay, I have forgotten my password, and there are some tools by which we recover the password. Here, that facility is not there. If you have forgotten your number, all your transactions, reward, money, documents, whatever you have put inside the blockchain is lost. Okay. So there are so many people, those who have forgotten their password, and that I would say data and the bitcoins are lying onto the chain without claiming. It's there, like people are not using it, but data is there. People have forgotten their password. So you cannot afford to forget your password, which is a functionality of our traditional system. Here we have lots of mean, they ask some questions, some phone number, some key, and somehow you can regenerate your password, which is not the case with the blockchain technology. So if there are no further questions, we'll go to the applications. Okay, we have learned the technology, now where we are applying. So you can apply into healthcare systems, voting system, because now many a time people are feeling that some identity thefts are happening during the voting period. Somebody else is doing voting. Examination also now government has started for your PUC exams and all. They have started using thumbprint, iris recognition, because instead of genuine candidates, some dummy candidates are giving exam. So that kind of the process, we can use a blockchain. Criminal tracking, sometimes that how much, sometimes industries, whatever compliances are there, the documentations you can put into the blockchain as a part of the smart contract. So these are the way cyber risk will reduce a lot, because all your data is secured onto the blockchain. So you can see that how the blockchain has impact. Obviously, it has started with the financial transactions. So financial market has a maximum impact of the blockchain. But now slowly, all other area also are getting lots of importance into the blockchain, and people are generating smart contracts in all the area. Now what government is doing? Government is...
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah.
Ma'am, which technologies for what we should root for learning blockchain?
Blockchain is a platform, no? So they have given lots of free resources to you. You can generate your simulated blockchain, like, and then you can just do experiment like Ethereum blockchain. When you install, at that time you get some gas. So some coins are given to you just for simulation. But actual blockchain, when you want to enter as a one of the miner, you have to solve that particular mathematical puzzle with so much of power, then and then you can enter into it. So it is not like Python, Java or something like that, that you know the language and you can do a coding. It's a pure mathematical challenge which you solve and you become the part of the blockchain. But simulation, definitely, there are many platforms given to you on cloud and on the app base, which you can download and you can learn that how actually the transactions are happening.
Can you suggest one platform, ma'am?
I'll write down at the end. I'll write down here so you can go through those platforms. So how the government is doing, like what way government of India is supporting, because globally many things are happening. Like we have now denied the Bitcoin as the currency, but government has put his own digital coin, cryptocurrency. Government has put their own cryptocurrency. So they are accepting the technology, but they want to take advantage in all other sectors as well. So you can just see that. As per government, that in India, we have public sector operations like all our oil and natural gas industry, power plants. Those transactions we can put onto the blockchain for security and transparency, because people should know where their money is going. Then telecom, financial service, they also have lots of impact of the blockchain. So these are the areas: utility, insurance, property, legal, logistic. Government is thinking of these sectors where they want to implement the blockchain solutions. Judiciary also, because there are lots of tampering happening with the data, whatever is produced into the court. So now court want to do all those things, like judiciary also they want to bring into the blockchain. Lots of work is going on into the judiciary smart contract. Now, currently there are 4 major areas where government is concentrating and giving funding also, and doing capacity building also. It is track and trace the drug, whatever drugs are developed by the particular company, whether they are doing all the clinical trials, all the approvals are there or no, whether it is safe, or they are taking approval on drug and then they are doing some alterations. So they want to identify that particular trace of the drug. Then whatever subsidy, government is giving lots of subsidy from the center, but in between some kind of the process flaws are there by which it is not going to the end user, or might be not the same amount. So they want to track everything now through the blockchain. Once all the documents are submitted, documents are not forged. Sometimes what happened, the genuine documents itself are not submitted to the government office. By everything now through the blockchain. Now, many of the time they are now coming across that some university degrees are forged by the students. So students are actually not the part of university, but they are producing those fake degree certificates for their foreign visa approvals, or might be some benefit into the India. So universities are now thinking, University of Mumbai has already started in that direction to give degree certificate as a part of blockchain. So a certificate is stored into the blockchain, so nobody can tamper the same. And then land record, lots of abnormalities are there when the lands are transferred from one person to another person to third to fourth person. So all the records will be maintained onto the blockchain. So these are some of the major area where government is thinking to put blockchain into the process. Today what we are discussing 2 major things, that how blockchain has helped in COVID-19, how blockchain could have helped into the COVID-19, and into the education, how this learning is assured if we use the blockchain technology. And third, if time permits, we'll go to the land record. Okay. So this is one of the paper which I have taken as a reference. It is called that our privacy should be preserved always. Our data, like in between newspaper also you might have read that Aadhaar card data has been leaked by some of the government office, and all the citizens were worried because it is actually authenticated data and somebody else can use your Aadhaar number in place of you to get some of the benefits. So this kind of the, I would say, sensitive data always need a kind of a protection. So how it is assured through blockchain, let us understand. So it is called the contact tracing. The technical name is called the contact tracing through a blockchain technology. So now during COVID-19, what has happened? All of us, we have downloaded this Arogya Setu app because it was mandate given by the government. And we have to keep our Bluetooth on so that we can get those information who all are infected in the nearby area, what is the status, something like that. But in that, if we observe very carefully, that our actual data was not protected. Okay. We were come to know that how many people in our vicinity, 100 meters of area, how many people are infected with their locations. So ultimately, there was a breach of fundamental right of privacy, but there were no time. They cannot do anything onto it because it was an emergency situation, unprecedented situation, and they have to go with it. And we all cooperated. So all our data, which was coming from the lab, were going to third party because then and then they will come to know no, that this person is infected, and we were able to see on our app. So our data was actually opened at that particular time across India. So they have violated, or I would say the lots of emphasis were not given for privacy protection process. But from that, we understand that this kind of situation might be there in future as well. Some other pandemic or anything will come. So now they have defined a tool by which the things will be protected the way we protect into a blockchain. So now let us understand that this is a problem. In nutshell, this was the problem with the Arogya Setu app. Bluetooth is on, so intruder can always take the data and access it. Paper that whenever data will, because in blockchain what happened, you are not identified by your name, number, house number, Aadhaar number, nothing. You were given one unique number which is generated by SHA-256 algorithm, which is a 64-bit key, and each key is different for every user, like because we can generate so many keys. So an issue at that time. So we have generated so many, we could have, like this is a framework given that we could have generated those keys, and all the citizens were holding one key. Whenever you are infected, you go to the lab will say, okay, COVID positive, that record will be given to the, uh, that record will be added to the blockchain, but it will be with the number. So nobody knows actually that you have a particular disease within your area. And so in this way, the blocks will be added into the blockchain. So it is your geotag data is there. So every that when you are not declaring the name and number or the address or other number of any person, how you are making or assuring that whenever I open the app, I'll come to know that how many people are around me infected. Because my purpose is just to know how many people are infected in this area so that I don't go into that area. I don't want to know exactly name number of that particular person. So they have assured that it will be a geotag data, and that data will be translated using the blockchain key, and data once put inside the blockchain you cannot tamper. So positive results you cannot make negative, negative results you cannot make positive. So in this way the framework has been designed, and henceforth now they have I would say padded with the Arogya Setu app. In future, if something is there, then this kind of the issues will be addressed by the government. So this is one of the major application where this technology has take lots of attention from the officials. The second is land registering. Like whenever we buy any house or any land, at that time we are not very sure whether the things are genuine or no. We are putting our hard money, and especially when we want to buy land, there are so many things: forest land, abandoned land, we can take, we cannot take, or previous buyer, those, if it's a second hand land, then previous buyer has taken all the approvals or no. All those things are not known to us as a buyer. We normally rely on the agent in between, and on that agent's faith we do our transactions, and normally these transactions are huge in number. Whenever we want to buy, sell anything, the transactions are, so the loss is also huge. So when we use a blockchain technology, how we can do land registry in a systematic, transparent and a secure way. So currently what happened, that what kind of the ownerships are there? You have agriculture land, mutation, demarcation of the land and land acquisition. These are the things which are taken care by the one of the landowner. So this kind of documents normally are possible. It could be a single person handling everything. It could be a company handling everything. So single user or multiple user. So current system is what? We go to district revenue officer, tehsildar, then patwari into the village level. So different people are there. Those who are maintaining that satbara, uttara and everything, they have with them, but everything is manual, like in the paper. So definitely there are chances of generating a fraud. Okay, corruption could be possible, which is observed by many of the officials at the higher level, that lower level some corruptions are happening, some documents are tampered. So under these offices, they have observed this. So what they have started, that modernization program for the land record has been initiated by the government. They have started doing digitalization of the land. So they are starting now. If you observe that properties are having unique identification number, have you ever observed that buildings have some numbers now? In your area, is it there that on building you have some number? आपके जलगांव में ऐसा होता है. In Mumbai we have on the building there are numbers like. So properties are identified by the unique identification number, and then it is put onto proper digital map. So now we are known by our coordinate systems. So that coordinate systems are stored into the digital system, and everything slowly they are starting to bring into digitized form from the manual papers. So they want to operate everything through a single window, and in that they want to assure that a common person, those who is the person who is genuine, should not be into the trap. So these are the acts which are taken care by the government, and when we are designing the blockchain, these are the bindings which we should take. The transactions when happen under this act, then and then it is a genuine transactions and it can be added into the blockchain. Okay. So these are the disputes, like so many disputes happen into the India because of any kind of tampering into the data. So these are the disputes. So currently this is a major problem, that 70% of the which is 3 crore plus pending cases with Indian court, which we are not able to handle so frequently, and majority of them will have the problem with the documents. The documents are genuine or no, that if once it is verified the documents are genuine, the case can be resolved very easily. But people are not able to identify the claim documents, whether that property belongs to whom. And because of that, if it is in the blockchain, definitely nobody can tamper the document. Nobody can generate the fake document afterwards. Once the first document is generated, it will be linked to the second, third, fourth document. People cannot tamper the document, cannot generate the fake documents. And everybody, all the documents will identified with the unique ID number. Okay. So property owner can do, he can check the ownership. Today I want to take a property which is a second hand or third hand property. So I can check the trail that who has taken, whether it is genuine, what are the bills pending, some dues are there or no. Sometimes what happen, we buy the property, after that we'll come to know that so many dues are there on the property, and then as now property is on our name, we have to clear the dues. So this kind of the things is unlikely to happen when the documents are there on the blockchain, because it is transparent, everybody can see everything. So buyers and sellers can directly connect. So we don't need any agent in between. The way we don't need a bank in between, we don't need agent in between. You can do transactions on the through the smart contracts. So this is like how the process is happening, which you are, I would say, eliminating the role of the middleman and assuring the transparency into the system. So here the land, how the systems will work, that all the records are there with the APC-RDA. It's a now digital authority for the government for the land record. User can put any query that I'm buying this property, is it genuine, not genuine. The data will be identified by, because it's on the blockchain, private blockchain, everybody will identify the data whether it's a genuine. Otherwise what happened, we were only depending on the single agent. Now because data is into the blockchain, we know that into the blockchain, if 100 people are there, 100 people are identifying that data is genuine. Otherwise the record will never be added to the blockchain. So in this way, we are assuring that the user is very much assured that whatever transactions are happening, it is genuine. So any kind of lottery system, or this is like how you can do the process. This we have implemented with one of our PG student. So because of that. So these are the attributes and mutation, matlab, what project was made. So we have stored so many attributes, and then so many nodes were created in a client server mode. And all the nodes have to identify that whether these attributes are there into the given document. If yes, it is a genuine document. If no, it is not a genuine document. Depending on all the rules. Few slides prior, I have shown you few rules. So according to this, the system works. So you can see that whenever you will click here, not all your coordinates, all your details, everything is visible because it's a transparent blockchain. Blockchain transparency is there, the data is visible for the given location. And whenever you are there with the blockchain, the barcode is there, you can generate the particular information. And whenever people like farmers and all, those who are not very much literate or might be have a difficulty in reading English and all, we can generate this into the like everything is written here as a part of certificate. QR code is there, and then you can generate into the different languages. So using translator or audio, you can embed into it and it will be generated. This is for Amravati blockchain asset management system. So this is actually generated. That particular Amravati section is using this blockchain technology to give that Satbara Uttara type of the thing. So this is a real-time example of the blockchain technology where government is using. Okay. Privately, many companies are using now, but this is government is using. Okay, you can just see. Now in education, okay, we all are ultimately at the end of the day, we are teachers. So we want to know that how we can apply it into education. So now I would like to hear from you. Do you have any idea how this technology we can use into online, into the education system? Like NEP is also coming. They are also asking to do some kind of innovations. You should use some kind of pedagogy, some kind of innovations into the system. So you can just think about 4 or 5 minutes and let us have a discussion for 5 minutes at least, because I can see so many people have joined onto the online meeting and we all are at the end teachers. Okay. So how we feel that how we can use this technology, if at all we want to use in our colleges, our daily life, how we can use this technology. Think about it and tell how we can use this technology. I have given many examples. So from there also you can collect something or you can think, no issues. And just let me know that what way you feel that this technology we can use in our education system, inside the college or might be with the university, how we can use it. If you are a student, if not faculty, then also you can think that how it will be beneficial to you as a student. If you are a faculty, think that how it will be beneficial to you as a faculty. If you are administrator to university and all, you can think in that way how it will be useful. Any one of you? Anyone would like to share anything as a faculty or as a student or anyone, whichever angle? How many of you have registered for any online course, might be during pandemic or after pandemic? Any MOOC courses or any kind of online learning platform? Any one of you have joined? आपने किसी ने कुछ ऑनलाइन में किया है MOOC के थ्रू? Any one of you? हाँ. Naptel courses or Swayam or any other Coursera, Udemy, any only one madam is telling. So only one madam has done. Rest of you have never used MOOC platform. स्वयं या कुछ भी आपने कभी भी यूज किया है? So you people are not using any kind of online platform for learning. So that is what I'm. Any other teachers they are using it, or only 2-3 people? Is it a common feature? Like many of the universities, many people are using online platform or MOOC platform. So in your college or your university, is it a common thing that people know about the platform and then they use it? So in that, how many courses normally we do? Suppose it's a, I would say, 12-week course. We complete that 12-week. But initially, first, second, third week, we are very enthusiastic to do or learn that technology. Okay? After that, what happens? Would you like to share your experience after third, fourth week? What happens? If it's a 12-week course, after third or fourth week, what happens? Shital ma'am, would you like to share what happens after third or fourth week or fifth week might be? Normally what happens when we join any MOOC courses, no? Initially we are very enthusiastic, we are giving lots of time to it. We do assignments also on time, everything. Slowly our pace reduces. Okay, we have lots of other things to do also, and then somehow we are not able to keep the same level of attention throughout the course. And after learning one or two courses through MOOC, we might not be motivated if it is not compulsory. Now, many of the universities, they are making it compulsory that teachers have to do one or two MOOC courses yearly. If it is not compulsion, then we might not be motivated to do so. And same thing happens with the student also. So now here, if we want to apply the concepts of blockchain technology, how we can do it? Now let us see that. Okay. So basically to keep the records, all your teaching learning material, certification, credentials, what you want to verify, you can keep it into blockchain. Then MOOC courses, how we can do it and how the universities can give the degree. Open university, because you are learning something and you are gathering the credit, which is very common, which will become very common with NEP 2020. That student is taking one year in our college, second year might be in another college, neighboring college, third year might be totally into the different state. Okay, all over India, student can do mobility anywhere, anytime. So how those credits will be transferred, that whatever he has earned here through which subject, same subject should not be there, how the credit transfer will happen, because across India we cannot keep same syllabus. So how that kind of the gathering of the credit will be ensured, and at the end when student will take 170 credit, the BTech degree should be given. So how all these things will happen in that blockchain will have a massive role. Otherwise, student can generate a fake certificates also for the course done, and the credit can be distributed to the student based on those fake documents. So to avoid all this thing, because students are now moving here and there for doing their subjects. It might also happen in future that student is doing maths with our college and English with the neighboring college. And when he writes the first year exam math ka paper he will write here, English paper there, and from there the marks will come to us. So it become very tedious to coordinate among so many agencies in between. So we have to design a model where everything is visible to everyone. Nobody can deny, nobody can put a fraud into the system, because here not a single university is the owner of that student. Student is taking 2 degree here, 2 degree there, 2 degree there. So in this way, the open universities also will have a challenge to give a degree. So these are some of the areas in which the blockchain technology might help. So here what happened, that our attentions, like as I said, initially we are very enthusiastic and then slowly it goes down. So we can give this particular problem a kind of attention, that whenever a student or a faculty or somebody is enrolled into the course, the way student play a video game for many hours. I have seen people playing Candy Crush for 4 or 5 hours also at a stretch. But when we want to learn something, we don't sit more than 2 hours. After that, we say, okay, now we are feeling bored. We have to take a coffee break. We have to go here. Tomorrow we will learn. There are so many excuses. But when it comes to mobile game or the computer game, students are sitting hours together and then they are playing that game. So what is the difference? It is also online platform. Learning is also online platform. But here what happens, that reward and recognition mechanisms are not there. So we keep on learning. At the end, there will be one exam and then you will get a grade. But in between, whether we are learning fast, we are doing good, we are completing assignment compared to other people very fast. So some kind of reward recognitions are not there. So how blockchain can help here, that if the students are completing some of the tasks in the learning process very fast, we can give them some blockchain tokens. Now these tokens they can encash with their canteen facilities, with their next course what they want to learn, certification program. They can use as a part of their fees also. They can pay some fees from there. Some kind of transactions a student can ensure using this particular, I would say, tokens what are there on the blockchain. If we don't want to invest, we can have our institute level blockchain where we can design our own coin. So I have seen one institute in the Mumbai. I'll just share the real time experience. They have organized a conference on blockchain technology in 2019, I think, just before pandemic, in the month of December or January. So when we went there to attend the conference, and there was a lunch break. So normally whenever we organize a big function and there is a lunch given for everyone, we use a coupon system. We give a coupon and that coupon has been given to a person and then he will give you a plate. So instead of that, they have given on their own private blockchain generated one coin. And when you show that coin on your mobile, the plate will be given to you. So this is also one of the way the blockchain is used. So this coin at that time was equivalent to one plate. So similarly, in your organization, if it's a private blockchain, a student can gather, if somebody is maintaining always 75% and above attendance, let us say, and you want to appreciate those many students, you can give some coins to them, which they can redeem into the canteen. They can have a party into the canteen. Might be. Okay, so student doesn't have to pay. So it will make another student also motivated. I will also get this kind of the coupons which I can redeem against my canteen bills, my books if they want to purchase any books or any kind of, I would say, licenses onto the cloud or AWS services they want to take. All these coins can be utilized. So this is how one way it will be used as a motivational factor into the system. Second, it can also be used like as a teacher. We are giving, some teachers are developing very good PPTs. They are preparing MOOC. They are delivering very good lectures. So even those coins can be shared with the teacher. So even teacher can upgrade themselves. They can have some kind of the reading of the coin. So it's a reward, it's a recognition to the teacher for the efforts. Otherwise, normally for the faculty member into the system, there are like you take a very good lecture or you take a moderate lecture. There are no appreciation point. As a faculty, we only appreciate ourselves. Okay, today I have done a good job, or this subject I have prepared a very nice PPT, or this content I have gathered from across and I have presented to the students. So appreciation is in a very small group. Your colleague might tap your shoulders, but when this kind of the things happen, it is on the institute level or university level, and we can use it in our advantage, this kind of the system. The university type of the scenario, or if you are giving your own mark sheet to the students, definitely the fake mark sheets will be removed from the system. So that is why I said University of Mumbai have started for the technology section, engineering colleges, this system on the primarily basis. Like they're checking if it is successful, then might be after few years, it will be having a blockchain enabled certificates into the system. You can see this, it's a news headline that MIT issue a blockchain powered degree certificate to 2000 students. So this is MIT Art Design Technology University in Pune, and they have given this enabled certificates to the students. So it's already started in education. That is what my point is. So now this clinical trial, as I have discussed, that whether genuinely all the processes are followed, the people on which the clinical trials are happening, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, all the things are recorded properly or no. What are the results? If there are some web series also you might have seen that clinical trials are not happening in an ethical manner. So all those things can be avoided when we use the blockchain technology. So for the military now, it is a very crucial thing, because what happened when the war starts and there are some small parts into such a huge ship, you can see that there are some small parts which are rupture or which are broken by some of the attack, and you want to immediately put that particular part and want your fighter planes to move. But if that part is faulty, the plane will crash. And we have observed this kind of the news many times that the plane, some technical error was there, some part was not functioning properly, and we lose the pilot and the plane. And each plane cost in crores of rupees, and pilot is a human life. So what now military people, like the defense people, have started thinking that in the time of emergency, whenever we want to have any part, they have to order. And then whole supply chain is there, which will transfer that part from the base land to the ship into the ocean. In that, there are lot many checkpoints. So there are chances that some of the checkpoint, if the person is corrupt, the part can be replaced and you get a faulty part. To avoid this, then US military have started that let us keep very huge 3D printers within the ship. Whenever any part is damaged, the drawing is available. Immediately print on the 3D printer and put that part into the aircraft and let aircraft move. This was also a very good solution. But what happened because of the cyber attacks and all, if your design, what CAD/CAM design you have stored into the system, if that design itself is not correct, the 3D printer doesn't have any intelligence. It will produce as per the design and the faulty part will be produced for you. So what blockchain technology now they are adapting into the supply chain, that they are very much assured that what part has started from the base has reached to the ship into the sea, and whatever designs are stored into the CAD/CAM file, those files are genuine because they are stored into the blockchain and verified. So now even This kind of the systems, I would say, our defense systems also are exploring the potential of blockchain technology. So that is what my point is, that the technology is very good. You can select your field and then the technology can help you out. So this is how the US department has done the process. So in conclusion, I would say that blockchain technology is a powerful technology, assuring trust in the system by the system. Okay, there is no central monitor into the system, but everybody is accountable and everybody is managing the system. It's a reward based system. Okay, whenever you do good, definitely you are a part of a system and you might earn something from the system. But if you want to do any mischief onto the system, you are kicked out immediately, because rest of the people don't want to do any kind of loss because of your malpractice. Otherwise, what happen if somebody is doing malpractice, we know, but we feel, अरे मेरा क्या जाता है, करने दो. So this kind of the scenario is not there because it's a self-governed, self-disciplined system. So this is a conclusion for my side. Thank you very much for patient listening. And if you have any doubt or anything, we can discuss.
Ishwari, do the vote of thanks.
A, heart, a heartfelt thank you to Dr. Kamal Shah for sharing your valuable insights today. The participants truly got inspired a lot from today's session. We thank all participants for your engagement. Thank you, Dr. Shah, and all attendees for joining this engrossing session. Thank you.
So thank you very much from my side as well. And thank you to the organizer and the Institute GH Raisoni for giving the opportunity to share the knowledge. And whenever anyone wants to do any project or want to take advantage of this blockchain technology, we have our own lab and we can help you out with the system. Okay. Thank you so much.